Hey everyone, Steve Weintraub with Collider, and I am thrilled to be here with, I don't even have to introduce them because you know all of them. How are you guys doing?
Really good.
I'm not even going to bother. They know.
Didn't you just say you wanted us to say our name?
Oh, yeah, we'll do it at the end. Who cares? I like messing up. We go so far back that I did a set visit on Watchmen. And back in the day, and the thing I'll always remember, because the set visit was awesome, was it was a very weird day. Normally on set visits, you're very controlled, like they're very much whatever. And for that one, Zach and everyone were like, you can just walk around all the sets.
Nuts.
I took my lunch, my craft, and I went into Dr. Manhattan's lab and I purposely put my hand on the reactor while I was eating so I could relay this story years later. Like, how am I allowed to do this?
Yeah.
It was great.
It was awesome.
Did you get any delayed effects from touching the reactor?
Yeah, believe me, I did.
He blew up.
Yeah, it was. No, what I think the extended cut of that film is fantastic. More than the theatrical cut.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? But we're not here to talk about Watchmen.
We can.
Yeah, we're actually here to talk about something else, which this is my my curve at the beginning. We're here to talk about Batman and Superman: Dawn of Justice, and I'm talking with Thomas Wayne and his wife.
Martha.
There we go.
Yeah.
So like, a lot of people don't realize you guys are Thomas and Martha Wayne.
It was the first time we had met was on that. I remember peppering Lauren with all sorts of questions because she had just started Walking Dead like the year before. And we also both were on Supernatural. So I had done Supernatural first season. She came in the second season. We never got to work together. And so we met in Chicago shooting the Thomas and Martha Wayne scene, which was super cool.
Yeah. Overnight, chilliest night of anybody's life.
That's right.
Yeah.
They were using those 3D, Zach was ahead of his time and was using the 3D cameras, and 2 of them broke that night.
Because it
was so cold. It just shattered. So the scene that we did is the only scene in that movie not shot with a 3D camera.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because we were great in 2D.
That's right.
After the fact, that's what Zach said.
But I think they reshot like the pearls rolling. Remember your pearls broke and they had to shoot that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it like for you? Because the joke on that movie is, and I think the extended cut is really good, like the full version. But the joke is Martha, like with.
Like Marsha from Brady Bunch?
Like it's always like. Anyway.
Wait, but I don't know this joke. Tell me. I don't read the internet.
You're very, very smart.
Okay.
Very smart.
Oh,
okay.
to not read it, I thought.
Yeah. Okay, but let's
Just separately.
Let's just jump into. We're going to get off of all of this other stuff and jump into your show. One of the reasons why I think the show is so good is it's just a reset on your characters and the situations. It's like the new setting. I think just adds a lot to it for both of you who have been playing these characters for so long. What is it like when you're not in the same sets and you're doing new things?
I think it's been great, and I think the opportunity to kind of when you're working with a cast of 20 to 30 people like we were doing on the original show, to then be able to shift and the first year be able to focus kind of on the Maggie and Negan and what the hell is going on with these characters and get to take a deeper dive. And I think that's a big testament to Eli's writing and being able to do that. And then obviously the actors that are here, Željko and Gaius added so much to it. But I think we just get deeper into the characters. And I think there's been so much change from certainly Maggie at the farmhouse and Negan walking out of a trailer, and what we've gone through in the last couple of years, and also I think adding New York City and getting out of the woods brought a new element to the show that we've never really seen before, which is a blast.
Yeah, I can only second it. I mean, people often are curious about playing these characters for a long time, and as Jeffrey said, Eli was able to give us a story that took a new angle on them. And I mean, it's already, to me, it's so enticing to say 2 enemies now are forced on the road together, but it's not just about the collision between us. It's about seeing who we are because it's a smaller cost and a deeper story, and then seeing how these people are really. I think that there was so much in the story up to this point in the original Walking Dead where you saw people surviving and you saw deeper personal questions at different points, but this is all our show is now, is these horrible oppressive environments that force real questions about character constantly. And I mean, that's what we get to do with Gaius and Željko and Lisa and Lisa Emery, who's not here. But I don't know, our whole story and putting it in New York City, and it's just a bit, it's a bit harsher in every way that I think it could be, and bleaker and way, I'm not going to say way more fun. It's way more fun.
I'm curious, will the show end with Maggie putting a bullet in Negan's head?
I'm
Well,
curious
then where's
too.
the show?
No, I'm talking about the very end.
Oh,
of
when
the
it
show.
ends.
Like
Yeah,
whatever
okay.
that ending is.
Season
That's an
20.
Eli
Yeah.
question.
It could. I mean,
season
you speak
20.
to that. Yeah. I hope not.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say never, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it ends with Negan putting a bullet in Maggie. I don't know.
Maggie's
Who
head.
knows?
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Well, this is actually a question.
We're
for
gonna be
you.
really old. We're gonna be like,
Yeah, no, we don't need any
wheelchairs and
bullets by
crutches.
then.
You know, right?
Negan's gonna fall and hurt his hip,
Yeah, he's gonna break his hip.
and then little by little.
No medical access.
I am curious though. So when this thing starts getting put together, how much is everyone thinking about like a 3-season plan, a 5-season plan? How much is it sort of like, well, let's just see how this goes in season 1, and then let's see what happens?
I like to always have a plan. I'm a planning sort of guy, I guess. But you know, you never want to get too specific. You want to, you know, like it's like we have these new characters like the Croat and Armstrong, and you know you need to create room for those characters to grow, and I myself get surprised by little things, and it's always a conversation almost like with the actors as they inhabit the characters, and then you know we have other writers that come in and it grows and grows, but. You know, I like to think of ending points, but
Yeah, so I'm going to get specific. Have you thought about like in your mind, are you thinking this could be is 5 years? But the fact is, Walking Dead is incredibly popular. It's not slowed down, and you know who knows?
I mean, yeah, who knows? I know.
You like the way I'm trying to get there?
I know.
I mean, first off, is it even up to me? I don't know. You know.
Well, that's the thing. Hopefully, we would know that the show was going to end. I would hope that AMC would
Yeah,
give us a
right.
heads up.
Plan to it.
So then, and then Eli can write accordingly. Because it would suck if you found out that the show was done after we shot the season and it's very
Yeah,
open
we
ended.
never want that to happen.
Yeah.
I definitely have ideas of where at least for me, where I'd like to see everything kind of go, but it's just a question of like, hey, if we've got more seasons to fill it out and explore and get deeper and deeper and you know make the world bigger, I'm all for it.
I got to ask an individual question, if you don't mind, and it has nothing to do with Walking Dead. So, Homicide is finally coming to streaming, which is amazing. So, I mean, talk a little bit about what your time on Homicide, because a lot of people consider that one of the best shows. And I'm just curious what you remember and what it means to you to finally coming to streaming.
I consider it one of the best shows. That was Tom Fontana and Barry Levinson, and it was just an incredible cast for starters. I had worked for Tom. I was his assistant at a theater a few years before that, and he went on to St. Elsewhere and then created Homicide. And it was just one of the best casts on television ever. And the looseness of that show, the way we shot, that you were like shooting entire scenes beginning to end, the camera moved around, then you cut it together. It didn't matter if you were here in one take and there in the other take, they just cut it and left it.
awesome.
The energy that created on the set was just phenomenal. And Baltimore itself also, that was one of the first shows that shot down there and really used the city in that way. I don't know where it got stuck. It was probably like music rights and whatever
I'm
the
sure
hell
that's what
was
it is.
going on for all these years. So I'm glad it's out there because it's such a cohesive planet of a show that so many incredible people came out of that.
Who's streaming it? That's amazing.
I think it's
Peacock.
Yeah.
That's
And it was
awesome.
NBC. It wasn't NBC
Yeah.
show originally. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Can I say another giant awesome thing that needs to come to streaming somehow is the movie French Kiss. You can't find it anywhere, just so everyone knows. I mean, whoever's out there,
Work on it.
make French Kiss.
Get on it.
Do you guys know French Kiss?
No.
Yeah.
it's one of the best.
You know French Kiss. I make it. You cannot get it. It's like
Is Željko in it?
Is this your plea?
this is my activist moment here.
It's also, I also the reason why physical media is so important.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm almost out of time with you guys, which I can't effing believe. So I have to ask you about season 2. Let's just talk about like how much time has passed since season 1, and for each of you, talk a little bit about like what you can tease about your character's journey / what's coming up.
Can Gaius start?
Yeah, I would say, how much time has passed, Eli?
None.
No,
Not
there's a little bit of time.
little
Some
bit.
months.
Yeah, you think a month or two?
Oh, no, yeah, there's a few months.
Oh, okay. I played it like there wasn't any time.
Whatever
Yeah,
you
so
want
if
to
you-
No,
Working around that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
been
right,
maybe
'cause
like
my
six,
hair grows.
yeah, it's
Right.
like 6 months or something.
Okay, yeah. So a few months have passed, and all I can say is that a war is coming, and I am suiting up and suiting other people up for war. Yeah.
Okay. True. You were saying that this was season 1 was a reset from The Walking Dead for these characters, and it feels like season 2 is a reset of season 1 because there's all these alliances shift around, and people find themselves on very different sides for reasons they didn't expect, and that to me is the cool thing. It's always gonna go in who knows what direction. It feels like every season can do that, and that's one of the coolest things to me about this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, what can you tease?
Yeah, well,
No, I didn't
I was like,
tease
what you
anything.
got?
What can I tease? Just, I don't know. I was too busy listening. I wasn't thinking about something to say.
Okay. Well, I'll
I'm going to tell you, I feel like Negan's in trouble. I think it's going to be the most vulnerable that we get to see him, maybe ever have seen him. And he's in deep shit, and he has to figure a way out of it. How about that?
Sure.
Now, Maggie. What's Maggie
All
doing?
right, I can tease. I mean, I had a really great season. No, I'm serious. I mean, you always hope that it's going to be challenging and high stakes. Every single episode has some giant pinnacle, both emotionally and physically, and in our set pieces and the intersections. We all get to collide with
I like
each other.
that. Yeah.
Honestly.
There you go.
And
I
I
like it.
didn't even mean it, but we do. And it's one of the most satisfying seasons of television I've ever been a part of. And I got to the end of the year. I got to the end of one episode and thought, I don't even need this to come out. I had such a great time.
Wow.
But I had such a great time individually with each of these gentlemen doing episodes and having work together that was just really satisfying and hard new territory. So that's my big tease.
It's a very
And we should
original
mention
season, I think.
directed us as well.
Directed them all, which was
Yeah.
Wait, what?
the
She
most.
directed an
I
episode.
directed episode 6 this year.
You did the
Yeah.
finale?
No, we have 8 episodes, so the
Bumped it up.
penultimate.
Yeah.
Penultimate.
Got it. I'm out of time with you. I really did have more questions. I'm just going to say congrats, and I hope you get to make as many seasons as you would like to make.